They call you selfish, but they're selfish. I'm just getting a very selfish person trying to manipulate you. Like, a lot of gaslighting, saying stuff like, well, you have so much, making a lot of assumptions. It's just they really want their way. Oh gosh, you will only be alone if you want to be. Are they trying to move in with you, or what? You need to ignore them, okay? This is someone who's used to you going along, or they've been feeling you out too. And this could be a very new connection, or it could be very old. Could be a friend of a friend. What I'm really getting is like friend of a friend. Somebody maybe you have known sort of on the fringes, been acquainted with, and maybe not. Like I said, it could be brand new, but here's what I'm getting. Someone who, in groups, you know how it is in groups when you sort of have acquaintances and people that maybe you only see through other people, like if you get invited to a birthday party or something. It's something like that, where you may have been sort of on the fringes of each other's social engagements, even just little things like birthday parties and gatherings of family and friends and things. Well, in large groups, or when they weren't up on you, or when maybe you didn't have phone numbers exchanged or whatever, they weren't like this. But suddenly you're seeing a different side of them, where you can tell they have been keeping track, like making notes about you, like asking really targeted questions, trying not to make it seem like it though. Because here's the thing, when you have people in common, they also don't want to overstep, and they're kind of afraid of what you're going to say, of how you're going to take things, right? They don't want to be seen as a bad person, but it's like they've been hanging back, keeping track of stuff, going down through the years. I mean, this could go way back years. And I hope this doesn't resonate for anybody, really, because I don't like this energy. But I'm just getting a message here, and I'm telling you, they keep score, they keep track. And they don't even know much about you, but you realize now that every little thing they did know, they have kept score on. They have analyzed, is what I should really say. But I mean, it's so calculated and so detailed that it wouldn't shock me if they had a spreadsheet someplace with all these details, like cross-reference things and everything. And this only be alone if you want to be. I'm getting the energy of someone who is afraid to be alone, like someone who's getting older perhaps, and doesn't even have to be really that old. That's a relative issue, because some people might be just like, I'm turning 30 and it's time to get married. But it's someone who thinks that you're being selfish with your time, money, living situation. Like maybe you have an extra bedroom and they just feel like they should be entitled to move into it. Well, you're so selfish. I just keep getting selfish. Like, that's gaslighting. That's really gaslighting. They don't know what they're talking about, and they're projecting. It's their projection. Rose-colored glasses, okay? This is exactly what I mean. They are looking at you through rose-colored glasses. They don't have an accurate perception of what's really going on. And just because, this is just an example, let's say you have an extra bedroom, doesn't mean you want anybody living there. You might have stuff in there. You might have plans for it. You might have someone who comes to live with you once in a while. They don't know. And they're making assumptions like, oh, this is one of the worst energies. I'm going to be honest with you. One of the most triggering for me is people who do stuff like this. Oh, look. Settling. Immature. Grass was not greener. They are very immature, and they are very selfish. Very selfish. Oh, if somebody did this to them, they would not like it. Everybody'd hear about it. They would have already disparaged your name in the group, okay? But they're very immature, and they might even be talking, look, you need to ignore anything. I mean, I can even sense like conversations where somebody's trying to talk you into something because they don't know the whole story either. You ever been on the receiving end of that? Where you can tell people have talked about things, and when you end up talking to, like, let's say a third person involved who is just trying to help, like, could be the friend that you know each other through, something like that. When that person gets involved, you can tell that lies have been told and assumptions have been made, and you're like, no, I never said that, I never did that. Also, these people, there's something about you that makes them think that you're just going to go along because maybe you've always been nice. Be careful on that one too. Because nice, a lot of times what that means to a lot of people is people can walk all over you. I'm getting reminded of something. I had a friend who worked someplace where she was sort of that person. People walked all over her, and she knew that about herself, and she didn't like it. But it's one of those things where you set the tone early on in a workplace. Well, like she had to share an office. Well, somebody new comes in, and her manager or someone says, well, she'll take care of you. She's nice or something. So basically, setting the stage for my friend having to give her office to yet another person when she didn't have an office there, but she didn't want to speak up for herself. That kind of thing. Like, these people are used to you not speaking up for yourself. And it can be hard to all of a sudden start speaking up for yourself, because a lot of times people, when you do start speaking up, it's anger. Like, you just get pushed and all of a sudden you're angry. Then people just want to talk about, oh, you got angry. Well, it's because you held things in for a long time. I'm not trying to put it back on you, because I know that can be a hard thing. But it's never too late to say no. You just start saying no. You don't have to blow up or be angry about it. The grass was not greener. This is more gaslighting is what I'm getting from this. It's like, I mean, this is bad, but I'm just getting an energy of like someone needs a place to live, or people trying to bully you into something, into taking on either a roommate or a significant other as a roommate. This person needs a woman or needs a man or whatever. No. What about what you need? They're trying to gaslight. Oh, and then watch out for that thing where they'll go down through all the list of stuff you've done over the years. Well, you were with this person that didn't work out, and suddenly all their true feelings come out. Like, they start telling you stuff that you didn't even know they were keeping track of. That's very insulting. Remember when you did this? Remember when this happened? Like, trying to use past stuff against you that wasn't even your fault, or they don't even know the whole story, because you didn't speak up, because you just kept it all inside. And there's something to be said for that. I'm not trying to say that you need to go telling everybody everything, because I just got a noisy exhaust, okay? I just got like a noisy exhaust system on a car, motorcycle or something. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to exhaust, okay? Expel everything in one fell swoop. No, don't do that. But I'm getting an energy of somebody who maybe wants to, who's like, why are you pressuring me? And this could be a past situation, just something you need to learn from, because maybe it's going to come up again. But stand up for yourself. It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's more than okay. And standing up for yourself, and it doesn't mean you have to lose it on everybody. What it does mean, like I said, for my friend who didn't have her office, the next place she went, she didn't let that happen. I don't think she worked there for much longer. You learn, like the next time you get a job or the next time you make friends or whatever, you're not going to let this happen. You're going to not let people treat you a certain way. And it starts really early. But this is not right. I'm not trying to say it's your fault at all. In fact, I mean, it's more that, like, why do these people have you around? Were they just feeling you out? Because now they're going to gang up and try to talk you into something? Oh, this isn't right. I don't like this. They're trying to pressure. I hope it's not you. Like I said, I really hope this doesn't resonate. But don't let them pressure you. I'm telling you, especially that thing where, and this is going on, I can feel this going on, where they're bringing up stuff from years ago. Like, let's say it is something where they're trying to, somebody needs a place to live, and they just thought you guys would be a great match. And bringing up like stuff you didn't even know they were keeping track of, because you're not keeping track like that. When I said time for a new friend group, you will not be deceived, begin again. Like, don't be afraid to make new friends. You don't have to go to everything you're invited to here. Like, I would seriously question my involvement with these people. And it could be family. I mean, it could just be like your family. People who are going to act like they have good intentions. That's part of the pressure, though. Acting like they just have your best interest at heart. They have someone else's best interest at heart. And they're blaming you because you've been quiet, because you've just put up with their crap all this time and didn't say anything. If someone did this to any of them, they would not like it. They would not like it. They wouldn't stand for it. Oh, it's time for a fresh start. Anything sent to harm you has been bound. Don't worry, they can't force anything on you. May all these people be removed from your life. If they won't calm down, back down, may they be removed. You are a lighthouse. See, you're a light. Like, that's the thing, too, is they're very triggered because, like a lighthouse here, it comes on to guide boats onto the shore to show you where the shore is so you don't hit it with your boat or whatever. And they just expected you just to stand there and take it, just be the light. Oh, we'll come to you, you guide the way. And maybe you have been there for a lot of people, and people have taken advantage of that, but you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to say no. They're trying to make you bad for that. They're trying to make you feel bad for saying no. That's a massive red flag. Ask for what you want. Say as little as possible. You are ready. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Look, this all tells me, this entire story, what I've been talking about, it's time for you to get what you want. Not what other people try to force on you. And you may have had to go along from a young age. Like I said, especially family. Especially family. Sometimes those are the people who know you the very least because you have had to put on a certain mask around them to survive. They don't even know you because the only way you could get along with them was to just go along. I mean, it happens to a lot of us. But they're judging you by a mask that you've been forced to wear for protection, for survival. Say as little as possible. Just stop telling them things. Because also, it's that thing where you're just innocently sharing stuff. Like maybe, example, you only see these people, this group, once in a while. But when you do, you tell them what's going on. Well, they just judge you by all that you said, which isn't much. Oh, you got a new job. You moved to a new place. Whatever, got a divorce, got married, broke up with someone, whatever. They think that that's all there was. They don't realize there's so much they don't know, but they don't need to know. Say as little as possible. Because here's the thing, they have an agenda. They have an agenda. They want something from you. And if it's not the living situation, it could just be something. Like they think you have some kind of pull, like you can get somebody a job or something. And maybe you don't even have that kind of pull. They just made assumptions. I can't even tell you, like now I'm getting reminded of all kinds of stuff for me. That's how these readings work. Like it's that same energy of people who I've had to explain stuff to later because they just made assumptions. I'm like, I didn't say that. I said this. Oh, okay. And then they back off. You shouldn't have to worry about that, though. It's their fault for making the assumption. You can all pour from an empty cup. You are ready to move on. You don't need to be taking care of someone. Do not let them force you into that. I really hope this isn't happening because I'm getting like they see you as just an empty wall socket, an open wall socket that something can plug into. It's like, no. Just say no. Say no. And back off. Like, I'm sorry if they're your only friend group and you don't want to be lonely, but it's better to be alone. And I'm really sensing that it's a big shock to a lot of you. If this is happening, which I hope it's not, but it's a big shock that suddenly it's like everything you ever told them over the years that you didn't even think they were paying attention to. Suddenly it's like coming to you with pages and pages and stuff about your life. I mean, I'm just talking figuratively. Like, it's like now they remember everything you ever said and they're reading something into all of it. This is why a lot of people, you just can't tell them anything because they'll go off and make something out of it. You can't tell them anything. It's like those friends, oh gosh, like let's say you just got a brand new pair of shoes. There's someone who's going to be like, can I borrow those? It's that kind of energy. Well, you have so many shoes. Yeah, but I just bought those. I saved money for those. I bought those. I need those. Those are my favorite shoes. Can I borrow them? You have more shoes. That kind of energy. Trifling. It's like, go get your own. Anyway, they don't know you like that. And they're trying to force something that they have no right to force. Okay? It's time for you to back off and get away. Say, I am out of this. I have new friends. I have new family. Yeah, family is what you make it. You have excellent ideas. This keeps coming out, and I'm so glad. Like, go with your ideas, not with theirs. They're trying to force their ideas on you, their thoughts, their opinions, their living situation. I mean, who do they think they are? This is the energy coming through. That's why I'm getting angry. Because it's definitely not for me. But I've been on the receiving end of this many times. I think a lot of us have, especially, like I said, you're just trying to be nice. And then you go back in time thinking about it, like, why did I tell you anything? I shouldn't have told you anything. It's like a bird making a nest. Or squirrels. You ever seen a squirrel's nest? Where it feels like squirrels' nests are a bit more chaotic, at least the ones I've seen. Because I guess because they're bigger, they can handle more stuff. Because a poor bird's just taking like one twig at a time, putting in a nest. Squirrels, though, I mean, you'll see garbage and leaves and just all kinds of stuff in a squirrel's nest because they can really gather it fast. That's what I'm getting. It's like they see... this is how it appears to me. Like, people see your life like a squirrel's nest. Like, they just took little bits and pieces and they're like, I'm putting it all together and I'm going to make my little house out of it. If that makes sense. It's like they're just taking like the little fragments of what you've told them and they build up a whole story. And it's like, they don't even know. They don't even know. Do not people please. I'm getting a very strong sense that you're a people pleaser if this is for you, and that you have already been very nice to these people. Do not let them move anybody in with you. Do not let them force a marriage on you just because you're single and some single parent wants to move in with their children. No, no, no. No, 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 no. And this happens more often than you think. Society is just like this. Look, these people enter our life for a test. They are a test. You came here to withstand these people, to grow stronger so that you would say no. And if it means having to move, then may you move to a situation that's much better. A new town, have new friends, because these people are not your friends. Especially if they're getting mean or nasty because you won't go along. I mean, and people can be very manipulative, especially when it comes to like matchmaking. It's very weird. And especially if there's like a family member who they want to get rid of. Like, they may see you as an opening, and this is all just an example. It doesn't have to be the thing where somebody's moving someone in. It's just someone's trying to really cross your boundaries. They're trying to get you to do stuff that you shouldn't have to do. People can get really pushy with that kind of stuff because there's something in it for them. They don't want them living with them anymore. So, hey, meet my son. He's been living with me his whole life. I'm trying to get rid of him, but they're not going to say that, you know. It happens. It happens. And I'm so sorry if this is happening to you. May you completely make a fresh start and get away from these people and be allowed to think for yourself and have your own ideas, not the ideas that other people force on you. Be calm. Don't lose your temper. I know it could be really tempting. Don't lose your temper. You are calm. You are safe. You are out of this. Be grateful. Imagine a life where this isn't happening. Just say, I'm grateful this is over. I'm grateful this is over. And just imagine it. Imagine it being over. Okay? You are free. You have excellent ideas. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.